Okay, we're going to look at diabetes now. Okay, we're going to do a little scenario and that will encompass identifying with signs and symptoms and then going on to how we treat it. So before I actually involve Martin on this scenario, I'm just going to talk very briefly through two main types of diabetes. There's type 1 and there's type 2. Type 1 is generally insulin dependent, so they normally inject with type 1 diabetes. What does insulin do? It breaks down the sugars in the body, and that's generally where people have too much sugar in the body. Now, most foods we eat nowadays have got sugar in them, especially processed foods. It's got a lot of sugar in it, which is why it's not normally part of a good diet. The most common form of diabetes we have in the UK is type 2. Now, there's a lot of people out there in society that don't realise they've got type 2 diabetes. Most people are found out to have diabetes, type 2, from going to the opticians, and they have their eyes tested and it flags up some warning signals to the ophthalmist. They then refer you to your hospital and you get the test done and you find out you're type 2 diabetic. Now, that doesn't normally involve injections, that's normally a dietary thing. So they just putting you on a healthier diet with less sugar in it. Now, the conditions that come from diabetes there's two, hyper and hypoglycemic. Hyper, we think of children that you don't like, that have had too much sugar. They're referred to as being hyperactive. So if you give kids lots of sugar, they become uncontrollable, nutcases, okay? So hyperactive, hyperglycemic, too much sugar, okay? The other extreme of that is not enough sugar, and that's hypo, low. So if somebody's hypoglycemic, they're going to be demonstrating different signs and symptoms, okay? A bit confused, a bit lethargic, can be a little bit aggressive, not really with it, okay? Now, the big difference between hyper and hypoglycemic, people that have had too much sugar, it can take anything from 12 to 48 hours before they start showing the signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia, okay? Hypo can literally happen within 2 minutes. 2 minutes to an hour, somebody can become hypoglycemic. Classic signs and symptoms, as I said, are confusion, lethargy, being a bit lethargic, not being really with it. Now, how do you treat that one? Well, how do you treat both? How am I going to know that this person's hypo or hyper? Well, do you know what? I don't care. Ultimately, the treatment's going to be the same. You give them sugar, because if you give them sugar and they're hyper, it ain't going to make any difference to them. But if they are hypo, which is more likely, the question you're going to ask the person is, how long have you been feeling like this? And if they say it's only just come on, that's sounding like hypo, low blood sugar levels. Right, so we're going to go through the scenario then, and we'll identify it, and then I'll show you the treatment. You okay, Martin?
Sorry, what?
You're not feeling very well?
No.
Have you had anything to eat or drink today?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. And can I ask, have you got any medical conditions?
Diabetic.
Do you take injections, or is it just diet controlled?
Diet controlled.
Okay. So you've not had anything to eat or drink today?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you what we're going to do then. I'm going to get you this chocolate. Are you allergic to anything?
No.
Okay, then what I want you to do is just start eating some of that chocolate. You'll need to, I'll just step back so you can take your face mask off to eat that. Okay, just munch away on that. How's that feeling?
A bit better.
Okay, we'll just keep eating the chocolate. Gerald, can you grab us a can of Coke from the canteen, please? Nice sugary drink. I think what's happened is your sugar levels have got a bit low today, okay? Do you normally monitor your sugar levels quite closely?
Usually,
Yeah, you've obviously had a bit of an oversight today. There's some more. Are you enjoying that chocolate though?
very much.
Fantastic. Is this his drink? Oh, brilliant. Look at that. Okay, what's the problem with this drink? Classic mistake there. Go on, what's the problem, Kiara, with that drink? There's no sugar in it. Sugar-free. He's eating your drink. So it's an important point. A lot of people make that mistake, give them Pepsi Max or something like that, and it's actually sugar-free. Brings about an important point, actually. With the sugar tax, all sugary drinks have been reduced in sugar by 50%. So basically what you do is you make sure it's a sugary drink, give them that. You can stop eating the chocolate now, Martin. You're feeling a lot better now though. Yeah. Fantastic. And literally, as the treatment goes with somebody that's hypoglycemic, low blood sugar, they will almost make a recovery as quickly as that. Just keep giving them sugary drinks, sugary food, chocolate, but just make sure you've asked them if they've got any allergies, because it'd be really bad if you give them like a Cadbury's fruit and nut and they're allergic to nuts. So always ask about allergies before you give them anything to eat or drink, okay? Just be aware with the drinks, sugar-free drinks are they're not helpful at all. And likewise, just remember they've all been reduced in sugar. So Lucozade is very good, but it's got to be a sugary drink, okay? Fantastic.